Hello students and my dear viewers, very good morning to one and all. Once again I welcome you all to this online English classes. Hope you people are learning and acquiring knowledge about English language and English phonetics. If you are having any queries regarding English phonetics means you can ask in comment section. Your comments are most welcome. So in my previous video I have given an elaborate information about consonant and types of consonant. In that we saw places of articulation. So till now we have finished in the topic of consonant, place of articulation and definition for consonant. So these things are finished. So in this video we are going to see another one broad topic of consonant, that is manner of articulation. So if you are having any doubts about place of articulation means you can ask, or else if you haven't listened that video means go through once again or go through the video. Now we will see the manner of articulation. So manner of articulation is the way the air stream is affected as it flows from the lungs and out of the mouth and nose. So manner of articulation is nothing but how air flows from our lung and how it comes out from the mouth and nose. So next we will see what are the things there in manner of articulation. First one is stop, plosive. Second one is fricative. Third one is affricates. Fourth one is glides. Fifth one is liquids. Sixth rhotic. Then alveolar continuant. These are all the manner of articulation. Let us see one by one. First we will see stop, plosives. So plosives is produced by completely stopping the air flow. So what it does, it stops the air. Articulators, complete closure, air stream cannot escape through the mouth. Can be oral velum raised or nasal velum lowered. So here we are having three stages in which we can produce plosive sounds. First one is closing stage, then closure stage, then release stage. Closing stage, the two articulators move towards each other. In closure stage, the two articulators are in contact with each other. Then finally release stage, the two articulators move away from each other. Next, stop continuant, oral stop. What happens? The velum it raised, nasal tract is blocked completely. The nose tract is blocked off. Then air stream will be completely obstructed, which means stopped. So obstructed, three pairs of oral stops. So here we already in places of articulation we saw this bilabial, alveolar, velar. So in plosives, oral stop, we are having three types of articulation. One is bilabial, alveolar and velar. So you can practice here itself. Here we are having two things. Before that I would like to tell you, one is voiceless sound and voiced sound. So which one is voiceless, which one is voiced? At the time of producing word consonant sound, here you can see this will vibrate, that is voiced sound. If it is not vibrated means it is voiceless sounds. Pa, ba, ta, da, ka, ga. So these are all plosive sounds. Plosive sounds. What happens while producing these sounds? The air is completely blocked. So next we will see nasal stop. Nasal stop. Air is stopped in the oral cavity. But velum is down so that air can go through the nose. So air can go through the nose. This bilabial, two lips comes together to stop the air. So same here. Voiced sound. Bilabial ma, na, in. These are all the sounds. Then we are having another one thing, that is glottal stop. Glottal stop. It is voiceless vocal folds are completely closed. Can't vibrate when they are in contact. It will block completely. Normally found at the beginning of English words that start with a vowel in spelling. Example, flee east. Glottal stop at the beginning of east. Glottal stop. You can practice and you can see. So next we are having another one manner of articulation, that is fricative. Till now we saw the plosives, stoppage, nasal stoppage, glottal stoppage we saw. Now we are going to see fricatives. Fricatives means the sounds which are produced with this kind of constriction entail bringing together of the two articulators to the point where the airflow is not quite fully blocked. Which means in fricative we can't see blockage of air completely. Enough of a gap remains for air to escape, but the articulators are so close together that friction is created as the air escapes. So here the air will release slightly. When they are produced, air escapes through a small passage and make a hissing sound. For example, these are the example of fricative. You can see fa, the, s, sh, h, v, the, z, sh, ja, and ha. These are all the sounds. This is voiceless sound and voiced sound. So I have told you already that if it is vibrate, vocal fold vibrate means it is voiced sound. If it is not vibrated means it is voiceless sound. So these are all the voiceless sound. This is voiced sound. So while producing these sounds, you can feel what will happen. The air will pass slightly. Air will go away slightly, not fully. In some area it will block. Some articulators it will block, but it allows. To air passes. Air pass through. Then we are having fricatives. In fricative itself, definition. Fricatives according to the place of articulation. Already we saw this: labiodental, fan, van, sefer, zever, hob. Lower lip is in contact with the upper teeth. So labiodental, what is labiodental? The lower lip, it touches to the upper teeth. Fricative is never very strong, is scarcely audible. So then this one, it is dental. The tongue is placed between the teeth. Normally tongue is placed behind the teeth with the tip touching the inside of the upper teeth. The air escapes through the gaps between the tongue and the teeth. The fricative noise is weak. The fricative noise is weak while producing this the sound. Then we are in s, z, zip, zip, facing, rise. Same place of articulation as the air escapes through a narrow passage along the center of the tongue, and the sound produced is comparatively intense. So this is what the fricatives. Now we are having fricatives according to the place of articulation. Another one example, a sha, ja, post alveolar, ship, Russia, measure, Irish, garage. The tongue is in contact with an area slightly further back than the for if you make sure, you should be able to feel your tongue move backwards. The air escapes through a passage along the center of the tongue, as in s and j, but the passage is a little wider. Then hedge, play, house. The narrowing that produces the friction noise is between the vocal folds. Then we are having affricates. So till now we have seen plosives. In that we saw nasal stoppage and velar stoppage. Those stoppage, so many stoppage we saw. In fricatives we saw completely bilabial, labiodental, everything we saw. Then we are having affricates. Affricates are consonant sounds that begin by fully stopping the air from leaving the vocal tract, then releasing it through a constricted opening. English has two affricate sounds. One is cha, another one is ja. Ja and ja. Judge and judge. Judge and judge. So cha is voiceless sound and ja is voiced sound. So if you want to check voice and voiceless sound, just put your finger here, okay, above this, here. Then you can feel, just produce cha sound, there will be no vibration. So then you produce a ja sound, then you can see some sort of vibration. So this is what voiced and voiceless sound. So next we will see description and image for this cha and ja. This is what the structure of. So what it happens, this front part of the tongue, it goes to the teeth ridge and it closes completely. It stops the air completely. Then cha and ja are affricate sounds which you produce by blocking of the breath stream between the tongue and the gum ridge, teeth ridge for a stop and a fricative. Is a blend combined of ta and sha. It starts out as a ta stop, and then the tongue moves into the position for sha, like cheese. So my dear students, try to practice in your home itself. So then vowel lengthening. In affricates itself we are having vowel lengthening. The cha is an unvoiced consonant. The vocal cords do not vibrate during its pronunciation, and the ja is a voiced consonant. As I have already told you about this, the vowel sound before an unvoiced consonant sound has a shorter duration than the vowel sound before its voiced counterpart. So try to remember. So lengthening, what lengthening? So in voiced you can see some sort of lengthening, whereas in voiceless you can't see that much of lengthening. This scale is vowel duration subtly helps listener of English to determine which sound was spoken. Some dictionaries will use colon like symbol of stacked triangles to denote a vowel with increased durations. The ja is a blend of the and ja. The and ja. It is started out as a the and then the tongue moves into the usual position for ja. So joy, joy. So vowel length comparison: unvoiced affricate, h, rich, voiced edge, ridge, and ridge. So here you can see the length. Then we are having approximate. What? Approximate an articulation in which one articulator is close to another, but without the vocal tract being narrowed to such an extent that a turbulent air stem is produced. The articulators approximate a frictional closeness, but no actual friction occurs. There is no actual friction occurs. Here we can see with this picture, you can understand approximates. Here one is glide, another one is liquid. Glides and liquids. For glide, we are having ya and va. Ya, this sound is the symbol denotes ya sound. This one is wa. Liquid, la, and va. La. So these sounds are called as semi-vowel also. Ya and wa. These sounds are called as semi-vowels. So these sounds are lateral approximates, central approximate, alveolar continuant, and then rhotic. Which means sometimes we can produce our sound in word. Sometimes we use to silent. Those things are rhotic and non-rhotic. If you want to know about rhotic and non-rhotic means, I have made one video on American English and British English. In that you can see what is rhotic and non-rhotic. Or else another one video is there. In that also in English pronunciation. In that video also I have told you about rhotic and non-rhotic. What is the difference between rhotic and non-rhotic? I have told you about these things. So then we will see glides, semi-vowels, va and ya, articulatorily similar to vowel. There are no contacts between articulators. Phonologically behave like consonant, as does not syllable nuclei at the edge of syllable. So semi-vowels, why we are saying semi-vowels in articulation, it is similar to vowel. So in articulation, while articulating this sound ya, it is nearer to the vowel. So this is why it is called as semi-vowel. But phonologically in phonetics, we have like consonants. It acts as if it is a consonant. After articulating the tongue quickly into a place for pronouncing the next vowel, hence the name glides. Already we saw what is glide in diphthongs. If you want to know about diphthong, means how it glides, how one sound glides to another sound, how it moves one sound to another sound, you can see in diphthongs. Then the articulation of each of glides varies directly depending on the articulation of the following vowel. Then labiovelar, two places of articulation, lips and the back of the tongue, velum, one. Then yes, this palatal, this is S. Liquids, unhindered air flows compared to stops, affricates and fricatives, but unlike vowels and glides are produced with open approximation. Here we are having two things. One is three things. One is lateral approximate, central approximates, and rhotic. Lateral approximate, no contact between active tongue and passive articulator, roof of a mouth. Try to remember. Already I have told you about which one is active articulator, which one is passive articulator. So here active articulator is tongue and passive articulator is roof of your mouth. No contact for at least one side of the tongue. Air is free to flow along with sides of the mouth, both sides of the mouth. Central of relaxation, tongue blade rise towards the alveolar ridge and the sides of the tongue in contact with the molars. Rhotic alveolar trill, tongue blade vibrates repeatedly against the alveolar ridge. Scottish accent or ra. Alveolar tape, a single tape against the tongue blades and the alveolar rods. American accent or Betty, Richie, later. So in some places, in some regions, what they will do, they will articulate R sound. I mean, they will pronounce R sound completely. Some places, what they will do, they won't produce. They won't produce. They make silent to the raw sounds. So this is what the basic details about manners of articulation. My dear students, if you are having any doubts and questions regarding this manner of articulation, you can ask me in comment sections. Don't hesitate, don't feel shy to ask questions. So if you ask question, then only I can make clarification, or else I will go I will move. So I hope you might have got the points completely. If you are unable to understand the classes, means you can ask openly everything. Thank you very much for your kind presence, for your kind participation. Thank you.